Were you guys alive during We Are the World? Were you shut up. My God. Was it? I forget. It's been so long. I just remember Bob Dylan going, "They ain't got no food." It's like what the wrong with him. So, well, welcome to Studio on 4th. Presents Stand-Up Comedy Tuesdays in conjunction here. Thank you with Studio on 4th. We have our bartender George is hot, ready to roll, and we've got a birthday party for him coming up this Saturday night, May 25th. So come by and say happy birthday. Los Pistoleros are going to be here, plus some other great bands and a couple of DJs. And of course, we got Doug in the back who's doing all the sound here. So give him a nice round of applause. And we have last week's winner here, Dan Wise, is going to be doing 15 minutes for us tonight as a feature act. So we'll get started a little bit here. They say that if you smell half an apple, it wakes you up, just like half a cup of coffee would. However, if you take that same half an apple and throw it at your friend who has a hot cup of coffee, it will wake you both up a lot quicker. Just saying, that could be a problem. I'm having a problem dating. My girlfriend left me. She said I didn't understand her. I said, "What do you mean?" Yeah, she said the same thing. I asked her, I said, "What turns you on?" She said, "Got any friends?" So that pretty much pissed me off at that point. But she was mad at me already anyway, because, I always had my friends over, and we weren't really supposed to have roommates, but there was always, pickles in the cheese, and, cheese in the ice cream, and condoms on the pickles, and everybody's getting pissed off at the roommates. And I mean, would you really want to live with somebody who, ate all your food and played video games till 3 a.m. and then pissed in the kitchen sink? Apparently neither did she, so I had to leave. She was also mad at me peeing at night, but I don't know about the rest of the guys, but in the middle of the night, I got to get up and go to the bathroom, and I'm not really awake. So I don't know where you understand what's going on, but I go to the bathroom, and I just stand there, and I let loose. And if I hear water hitting water, by God, that's fantastic. But if I don't hear water hitting water, I just adjust everything until I do. And she never asked me to put the seat down ever again. What do you think, huh? I like that. So without further ado, we're going to get started. We have our contest tonight, $50 to the winner. And we have several contestants. We're going to have some fun tonight. So coming to the stage first is Mr. John Gallagher, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. John Gallagher.
Nice intro from my friend John. Wonderful. My ex-girlfriend used to always tell me that I looked like a hipster, and that was something that I thought was kind of weird. I guess I never thought of myself as a hipster. What I always classified myself as, if anything, I'd be more of like a hipster bro. I feel like, because you could see, like, I can have pithy and like whiny opinions on movies and stuff, but at the same time, you could see this person like being outside of a football game shirtless and just going like, "Ugh, Kegger Rodney's house, everybody, blah, blah." You could see me doing that with letters on my chest. And you could I don't know, that inflection too is something I also use a lot, like the dude guy. I can say dude and bro unironically on many occasions. But like, nobody wants to hear that voice like offer opinions about music and art or like judge you. It's like, "Hey man, you ever seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? That cinematography and artful choreography will tug at your heartstrings." You don't want to hear that from that guy. Like, don't tell me how to live my life. I don't like you at all. I have to deal with people a lot that are super serious about their birthdays, and that's annoying. I don't like that. It's the day you were born. A lot of people fuck and babies get spit out of vaginas. That's what happens. That's how it goes. That happens every day. There's like statistics about how many times that happens as opposed to how many people are dying. They compare those two. But I remember I had a friend who was a super serious birthday type. She did one of the shittiest things ever in the birthday thing. It was her birthday party she was hosting. And what she did was she sat us all around after we'd already taken the time to come to her party and socialize with her, given her presence and our time, most importantly. And she decides, hey, we're going to play a game. What you do is we're going to go around in a circle, and you're going to tell me what you think about me and how much you love me. It's like, you know what? Fuck you, okay? That's what I think about that. This is a bullshit game. You can stroke your own ego every day out of the week. This is horrendous. Don't make people do this. So I try to play the game, though. I want to try and come up with like a good compliment for her, try to make her feel okay. Because it's just that's the neediest, most insecure game. Well, tell me why I matter. Tell me I'm not a statistic. And so anyway, so she's going around the table, and people are like, you know, I just really like your smile. I think you really got a great smile. And the other people are like, oh, I like your energy. I like your energy. That's the biggest fucking cop-out. What? Be more vague. It's like, I see this person. You were a vibrating blob of mass. That's what that says. I can't think of anything else to say about you. And my problem is it came to me, and I gave a genuine compliment, but it's something that could be very easily misinterpreted as offensive. Because what I said to her was, she's one of my good friends, and I go, I really like it when you forget to take your Ritalin and get weird and say stuff. And then obviously saying that out loud goes over about as well as you'd expect, because she retreated into a small ball within herself and decided to go hide. And then I was left feeling like, oh, I guess I'm a jerk. Whoops, my bad. Yeah. So that's why you don't do that. I had a weird thing happen. I got blackout drunk and decided I wanted to go hang out with my friends in an apartment building, and decided to wander downtown blackout drunk. And I couldn't get in touch with them because I was calling them at 5 in the morning. And because it's 5 in the morning, why the fuck would anybody answer that call? It's like, we're sleeping. Don't call me right now. So I decided the best course of action to take would be to camp outside of their house, their building, like a crazy fucking stalker, and beat on the door until somebody came and arrested me, probably. So I'm sitting there waiting outside, and I'm just like, oh, why aren't they letting me in? Why would they? And I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to get inside, and I walk away, and I'm like, you know, fuck, this night's over. And then I turn away, and this guy's like, hi, are you trying to get inside? And I look behind me, and I'm like, Gabriel? It's like, my guardian angel's here. It's like, it wasn't Gabriel, it's a gay man named Gil who'd come home to his apartment building from 5-star, covered in glitter and majesty. And he decides to let this drunk, crazy person inside his apartment building. Forgot to do this other detail of the story. I don't know where my friends are or what floor they're on. So this person goes, so where are you trying to go? I was like, I think floor 8, but I'm going to just go ahead and knock on doors and work my way down. At this time, this guy's like, oh, Jesus Christ. And so we get off the elevator, and I'm sitting there and I'm squirming. I have to piss super bad. It's something I didn't take into account. I have to pee really bad. He goes, are you sure you're okay? I was like, yeah, sure. Because I'm not past the point of speech at this moment. Just doing physical communication with grunts, subliminal cues, I'd assume, or wild gesticulations. But what he says, he looks at me, he's like, you look like you really got to pee. He's like, yeah, I do. And he goes, hey, you want to come inside and use my bathroom? I go, all right. And I wander inside, and he has a wonderful bedroom. This man, he doesn't know me. He lets me into his home, his wonderful potpourri bathroom with a fuzzy seat cushion. I get to pee all over that thing. I pissed all over his toilet seat. I feel bad about that in hindsight. But it's still weird. He let me into his bathroom, his gorgeous marbled bathroom. It was wonderful. And I go and I turn to leave, and he looks at me and goes like, you sure you're okay? He asked me that once again. I'm like, yeah, I'll figure it out, whatever. And then he goes, well, you know what? It's like, you can crash on my couch. And I'm like, I'm almost blackout drunk at this point. The only reaction I have is, nah, bro. Nice try. Nice try. Nice try, man. Could have seen that one coming a mile away. I've used that move on my occasions myself. As much as I'd like to sleep comfortably, I also equally don't want to wake up to a hairy, pube-covered caterpillar going in and out of my mouth. or whatever weird date rape scenario is about to happen. That'd be strange. Yeah, it'd be bad. My girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend was black, and that made a lot of other people uncomfortable. It made me, I was okay with it, but a lot of other people decided not to be. It was always strange. And I had a weird racist moment with one of my friends about it, kind of concerning it, because a lot of people get strange ideas in their head when they're dating somebody of another ethnicity, or when you are. It was on Halloween. It was on a superhero crawl, and I dressed myself up to become a superhero. And I don't know this is probably wrong. Maybe Adam knows. Dexter's Lab. I was a character from Dexter's Lab named Action Hank, who's supposed to be like kind of reminiscent of the Carl T. Weathers guy, Action Jackson. So he's a guy. He's a big black man with a beard, and he has like letters as a belt. He has an H as a belt. It's Action Hank. So I make my costume. I have an H there. And I go outside, and he's like, when my roommate sees my costume, he's like, hey, man, your costume's not ready. And I go, why? What are you saying? I got my tank top. I got my H. I'm good to go. I got my beard. We're okay. And he goes, no, man. Action Hank is black. You got to put on blackface. I was like, whoa. Why would I do that? You know, your girlfriend's black. Nobody's going to ask any questions. And everybody's going to be okay with it. I don't think that's how that works. I don't think you walk outside in blackface as a white man and people are just like, oh, it's okay, he's probably got a black girlfriend. It's not like a press pass you can just wear, like a certificate of authenticity just like says you have that right to go do that. No, they'll probably be too busy kicking the shit out of you for being an ignorant fucking racist. Taking it back. That's what, white entitlement. Yeah. No, it's fucking crazy. Like, and the thing is, that entire notion's so fucked up, too, because a lot of people are like, I have a black girlfriend, therefore I can't be racist anymore. It's like, no, history has shown there's a lot of people with black spouses that are not just, they're not just kind of racist, they're like the most racist. Like Thomas Jefferson, holy fuck. It's like, I'm fucking my slave wife on the side. No, this is okay. Listen, I paid for a kid's college. I'm all right. I'm one of the founding fathers. Strom Thurmond was found to be having sex with a black maid. Like, passes all these horrible things blocking civil rights advancements. He's a fucking dickhead. Yeah. It's like so fucked up. It's like, yeah, you were the most racist person. I have this power over people. That's what happens. Too much entitlement. It got weird. But you know what else is weird? I'm super into MILF porn. But it's only because I'm homesick, though. Anyway, I'm gonna close on that. All right.
Nice riff, John. Good stuff. So, I did date a clown for a while. She sings songs and does balloon animals and does magic tricks. And I took her out, and we went back to her apartment, and I'm standing there naked, and she looks at me, and I put a condom on. She grabs hold and goes, half an hour later, I'm in the emergency room, and the doctor says, what is it? I said, it's a bunny. Fix it! We grew up in the 60s, and I don't know, these new playgrounds, I don't know if you've seen these new playgrounds there. They've got all this chopped up tire material or, you know, softened wood and all this stuff that kids can fall on. We didn't have that. We had rocks and ground. You had a 30-foot sliding board that started 2 stories up. And in the middle of the summer, if you went down it on your bare butt or with shorts on, you would basically singe your legs to a medium rare stage. And when you hit the ground, you pretty much hit the ground. Then they had these things called the maypole. Have you ever seen a maypole? It's steel bars on chains. And you would run around the maypole, even if there's only 1 or 2 of you. You'd run around and you'd kick your legs out, and you'd fly up, and you'd try to climb higher onto the bars and stuff. But being a dumb kid, I never thought when I stopped to step out of the way. So I would stand there and go, bing, 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 bing. I'd be hit by every chain. And that's how people died, and that's how we let people get out of the gene pool and stop the dumb kids from living. So I think that we should bring that back. So your next contestant is a wonderful lady. She's been here many times. She's working hard. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Donnella Del Hollywood. Give it up for her, please.
Hi, I'm Donnella Del Hollywood. Grew up on the streets of Hollywood, born on Cinco de Mayo, which makes me a Cinco de Mayo person, born on Cinco de Mayo. And I grew up on the streets of Hollywood. It was kind of nice, though. It wasn't like other areas and scary and stuff. Like at 3 a.m., you could be walking down the street, and on every corner you could find street performers. They'd be doing gang scenes and stabbings, and you could swear the blood was real. But, yeah. So anyway, yeah, so there's a lot of homeless people in Hollywood, homeless actors, a lot of actors are homeless. And I once dated a homeless guy. And I'll never forget the night he took me back to his place under the 405 overpass. But I knew right away it wasn't going to work out. He was a neat freak. He had plastic covering over his cardboard box. So, I'm just doing my thing here. I'm trying to get it in order. But I actually started to get into nutrition lately. I decided I want to be healthier and, I want to live long and, maintain my energy and all that stuff, right? So I'm at that age, I'm like, I better get into my health. So, I started exploring, and I went to the nutrition section, and I was asking questions at Whole Foods, and I found out there's, you can be a vegetarian. They say they, are healthier. And then you could be a vegan. You can get a little more serious. And then you could be a raw foodist and, just eat raw food, nothing cooked. And that's kind of serious. And then they told me about these Aryans. They actually live off of air until they die. Yeah. So with that, I thought I might just stick to what I'm doing and try to just cut back on the fat a little here and there, And so I started, looking out for new products, and I found out there's a new ice cream by Ben & Jerry's with half the fat. It's called Ben's. So, and then, they have a new pound cake. It's called ounce cake, so I'm going to try that one, too. And, yeah, so I was thinking, about this whole thing with the tornado. That's like a touchy subject. I understand that. It's really sad because, a lot of people were left without their homes and things like that. Some people lost loved ones. And, but, all I could think was, where is the Wizard of Oz? Where is Auntie Em? Where is all this stuff go to? All this stuff is destroyed, and it flies out, and then I found out it was in Joplin, Missouri. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to think of stuff quick. Let's see. So anyway, I've been looking for sofas, and I ordered a new sofa from this one place, and the guy delivered it. And when the delivery guy got there, he brought it in boxes, separate boxes. And I thought, okay, it's a small, tiny little sofa, so what is all this? And then he pulled it out of the boxes, and he had to put it together. And I said, oh, and he looked like he was having a problem figuring out how to put it together. When I realized it was torn, the sofa was torn, I said, oh, no, I can't take delivery of that. And he told me, well, this place that you bought it from is a discount place, and you're supposed to put it together. And I said, no, what are you talking about? He said, no, you're supposed to assemble it. You have to get the screwdriver out, you got to put the arms on it, you got to put the back on it, you got to do everything. And I realized it was covering with nylons, it was like pantyhose covering, the fabric where it tore. So I thought to myself, okay, I can't do this. So I decided to go look on Craigslist. And, you know, the Craigslist ads are really interesting because you see somebody trying to sell the sofa on Craigslist. It's sitting out in the dirt, and it's got like 2 cats and a dog laying on it. It's like, and they're asking $500 for it. So, yeah. That's about all I have. Thanks.
You've been working very well and doing your act. You're getting better all the time. We appreciate you being here. Your timing is getting better. You're relaxing more. You're not afraid that anybody's going to kill you, except for me, maybe. So that is our contest for tonight. But we have 2 gentlemen who are going to be coming up and doing some more stuff while we vote. So make sure you vote for who you think was the best comic for this evening. I have yet to understand why we don't have more comics here, since there is a $50 prize. And more people to watch them and vote for them. But we'll keep on marketing and keep getting it better, just like we did with another venue we had before. So coming to the stage right now for your comedy pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, the other half, Mr. Adam Holwerda.
All right, hey everyone. There's like 2 of us, or there's like 4 of us, or there's like less than 5 of us. Good job, Donnella, again. Just wondering though, is like sofa a euphemism for something? Is it like, because this guy came over and then he like showed you the sofa, but there was like something wrong with it, and then you were supposed to put it together, and he was like, I'm not supposed to be involved. Like, is that a sophism for something else? I don't know. And then I laughed because you were like, yeah, everyone else's pictures of their sofa has like a dog and a cat sitting on it. And in my head, I was imagining what a sofa was with a dog and a cat sitting on it. And I was like, that guy's weird. Why are you on Craigslist? Well, looking up dog porn. So it's 2013, and which means it's the unluckiest year, because this year every Friday is the Friday the 2013th, and it's proven to be the unluckiest year so far because of all the stuff that's happened. Like we couldn't get the gun lobby thing passed, but maybe the anti-tornado bill will go through now. With a landslide. Maybe that's the wrong natural disaster metaphor. I sure could drink or eat a mudslide, depending. George, do you have one mudslide? Anyway, have you noticed that people are saying it's 2013 as like a reason for something to be or not be? Like, hey, this shouldn't be a thing, it's 2013. And I've noticed it happening a lot more this year than like past years. I've noticed a lot more this year people are like, I don't wear underwear anymore, it's 2013. Or, shut the fuck up, Grandma, it's 2013. Or some other things that I retweeted. like totally what year it is. Like, that's the first thing in people's minds when they're making decisions. Like, it's 2013, so let's like make better decisions, right? Or why the fuck does it's 20? Okay, all right, well, that's good. Here's the next thing that I wrote down. I got offended that someone called me a vermin at work until I realized that they said hermit, which is actually accurate, and I couldn't be mad. So that was weird. If you open Roger's mail, is that a Federer offense? No groans. If you're a cunnilingus snob, does that make you a member of the clitorati? I think at some point your phone should just say like, don't even bother plug me in anymore, asshole. Do you ever wake up like after a night of like drinking a lot and realize you've been like charging your wallet overnight? It's a pretty cool wallet. By how it cuts me open, I can't tell like if my cat likes me or hates me because the slash is ambiguous. You know, like I can't tell. It just seems like a really nice, it could be a very nice like skin opening, or it could just be ambivalent, or he might actually dislike me. I don't know. Oh, I found out that a Mexican pancake is a syrup tortilla because I am poor. And I've decided that whatever my cat finds under the carpet, it can keep. And apparently that thing is like everywhere in my apartment, whatever the fuck it's trying to find, because like it is pulling up every part of my carpet. But I didn't pay a security deposit, so I don't know if that counts. Like, do you get a security like negative amount that happens if you didn't pay a deposit, right? No? I didn't think so. So that's interesting. All right. So I've been telling everyone for the past like 2 weeks, like, hey, if I ever post pictures of my cats on Facebook or Instagram, like, that's a cry for help. And then this week I posted a bunch of pictures, and I've gotten like the biggest positive outpouring of like other people towards me, and I'm just like, I'm wondering now, because now I don't know if it's like because I told them it was cry for help, or if it's the cats. It'd be really good to know which one it was, because otherwise, like, I don't know how to like launch my next care about me scheme. Shouldn't start here. Yeah. That's it. Oh, hey, I had an idea for John's joke where he was like Angel Gabriel and then real gay boy Gil. Gay boy Gil. Angel gay boy Gil. All right, and I'm going to end with John's joke, and good night. That was the most successful set I've ever had here.
All right, Adam Holwerda, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him. We had my parents cremated. They fought it, but we got it done anyway. Well, I'm sorry, but I believe the zombie movies. I mean, they could be real. They could be coming up. I've never seen it, but it could happen. And so I figure if they're cremated, they're going to need a hell of a lot of Elmer's glue all to get themselves back together. That's sort of why we buried my grandfather face down, because if that SOB ever wakes up and starts digging, he won't be to the top of the surface of the ground for quite a while. So just let him dig where it is, because I thought he was a vampire, and I drove a wooden stake through his heart, and he died. So that was pretty good. But cremation is crazy. It's not as bad as when my mom died in the old folks' home. The funeral director comes out, and he says to me, "You can go in and say goodbye." I said, "To who?" He says, "Your mom. She's not in there." He says, "Yes, she is. She's in the bag. I didn't take her out yet. She's not there." He says, "Well, a lot of people want to go in and spend time with them and kiss them." I'm not kissing that. That's freaking dead. That's sick. That's necrophilia. I'm not kissing that. And speaking of kissing, ladies and gentlemen, your headliner for this evening, please give it up for the wonderful Dan Wise.
All right, so I've realized I've had a reoccurring dream lately where I'm like back in high school, and I've had this dream for like probably ever since I've left high school. I'm sure like we all have the dream like you're back in high school or whatever, but like my dream isn't like, oh, you know, like I'm in high school as a high schooler. Like I'm in high school like as myself now, like a 27-year-old, and I was just like, you know, applying for credits to take high school classes. And I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't think it's like a ghost dream where I have like unfinished business where I need to like go back and get that, you know, honors English degree. But I don't know, maybe it's just because like I'm not doing anything with my life now, and so maybe I'm like, oh, well, maybe I should, you know, go back to school. But in my dream, I'm not even like at college yet. I'm like just back in high school. And a lot of my dreams too will be where I'm like waking up, I'm like, oh shit, I'm late for high school. And then I have to come up with an excuse to my mom why I'm not gonna go to high school. And again, I'm not 15 in this joke, I'm 27 in this dream. And I have to come up with an excuse to my mom as to why I'm not going back to high school. I don't know, like high school, I mean, it wasn't even that challenging, I guess. Like, I don't know why I'm trying to come up with excuses. Like, you just, woke up, went to class, made fun of the fat kids, ate like the worst, nasty lunch of all time, fell asleep, and then didn't turn your homework in and still got B's because it was high school. At least that's how I did it. And now I want to go back, apparently. And it's really weird. Like, those are my dreams. Like, I don't have any fantastical, like, crazy flying dreams. I just have, like, dreams that are kind of, like, rooted in reality but slightly different. Like, I'll have dreams where I'm at, like, the grocery store and my high school calc teacher is back in the groceries. Like, someone I vaguely know in a slightly different context. Like, I had a dream where I woke up from my dream and I thought I had actually gone to the DMV. I was like, sweet. So, like, a couple months later, I got a letter in the mail saying, hey, your registration is late. I was like, oh, fuck. Now I got to go back to the DMV and do it all over again. Why can't I dream I'm having sex with Natalie Portman? And then wake up and be forced to do that all over again. Oh, that would be the worst / best. I do come up with a lot of my jokes while I'm dreaming. Actually, one time I woke up from a dream and I was laughing hysterically because I thought of the funniest joke that I'd ever written. Unfortunately, I could only remember the punchline. And that punchline was, and that's why I don't eat bacon or get on the internet. Yeah, that is gold. So I was like, I'm not going to throw this gem away. So what I did is I reverse engineered the joke. So I wrote all these different setups to that punchline. That's why I don't eat bacon. Get on the internet. I was on the very popular website, The 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. And after extensive research, turns out Gary Busey's my biological father. That's why I don't eat bacon. Get on the internet. I once called a cop pig right to his face. George would probably relate to this story. I called a cop pig right to his face, and he promptly greased up a pork chop and sodomized me with it. As his partner filmed it and put it on YouTube. That's why I don't eat bacon. Get on the internet. It was 2 million views, people. I was embarrassed. I'm a Hasidic Jew on the Sabbath. That's why I don't eat bacon. Or get on the internet. I was on a Match.com date. Things were going really well. We get back to my place. Go back into the bedroom, take her clothes off. Turns out she has 3rd-degree burns on her labia. That's why I don't eat bacon. Or get on the internet. It was like bacon-wrapped oysters. Oh, it was delicious. I was on a very unfortunate episode of To Catch a Predator. And that's why I can't eat bacon under the age of 18. Or even get on the internet. I like to multitask in the morning. I like to do 2 things. So I'll have my laptop so I can do my work, and my George Foreman grill so I can make breakfast. I accidentally grabbed the wrong one. Now my balls look like Seal's face. That's why I don't eat bacon. Get on the internet. They're torched and pockmarky. Smell like breakfast. So I was talking to my friends the other day at work, and because it's always a sports season, but right now it's like baseball season, and so we're talking about fantasy baseball, and we came to the realization that if you're an actual sports fan, like I'm an A's fan, right? You can't play fantasy sports because now you're forced to root for other players on other teams, and so like I believe that. Like I don't think I could be an A's fan and then like have Derek Jeter on my team. Like that just wouldn't work for me. But some of the other guys at work, they're just like, I think you're being a little ridiculous. Like you can still do both. And so then I was like, you know what? If you have a favorite sports team and you play fantasy sports, that's the same thing as playing fantasy religion. Because you can't call yourself a Christian and in the first round draft Allah. No matter how good of a team Islam has. And they have an explosive offense. You realize how many points you would get with Allah on your team? Especially in a points per car bombing league? Best part is I already have the name for my team. All I want for Christmas is a league championship. I don't like to take risks in my life. I like to play it close to the vest. Give you a couple examples. Like I've never been injured skiing a day in my life. I have yet to do it. It's also I've never been skiing a day in my life. I have never been hurt by a person of the opposite sex because I don't put myself out there. You know, I don't talk to women. I've never gotten a DUI in my life. You know why? Because I'm a fucking fantastic drunk driver. Sometimes you do gotta take some risks in your life. There's that saying, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. Really? Because I would really like to know how much that double cheeseburger is. It looks delicious. I think you're being a little pompous with your gastropub. It's $775. That doesn't even make sense. It vaguely references a gastropub in town. Yeah. Yeah. He got it. You don't need to make sense. It's 2013. The only sex position I'm good at is the entry level position. What I mean by that is like very basic stuff. And much like a job, like sex, like people kind of only want to hire you if you have past experience. You know, like they only want to like do freaky shit, but you can't just do freaky shit the first day on the job. There's like, hey, I want you to do this move, where like you pick me up and like start like doing this move. It's like, bitch, I have an erection. All the blood is going to the wrong place in my body, not my biceps. Yeah, I'm single now, and I'm not a very good single guy. Give you an example. This is my pickup line. Sounds good. 2 of the last 3 times I've had sex with a lady, we were like going on a date. We'd get back to my car. We'd start making out. We'd make out for a while. She would kind of like get bored after like 10 minutes and be like, well, I guess we should just go back to my place and have sex. And I'd lean in and say, sounds good. True story. I don't know if she got like bored or annoyed, or if I'm just really good at making out in my car. And she's like, yeah, maybe we should just go somewhere else. I don't know how to sext people. I don't know how to talk dirty via text message. You're supposed to say things like, damn, girl, you don't even know what you're doing to me, making my dick so hard. That's what you're supposed to say, right? How many licks does it take to get to the center of that Tootsie Pop? That should give you an example of how bad I am at this. That's the example I used for this joke. I had like 7 or 8 different examples, and that's the one I'm telling you guys right now. Something worse is here's something I actually texted a girl, someone I like very much. This is something I texted her. I have a feeling that the compatibilities that you and I share would translate very favorably into the bedroom. Slow down, Dan! You don't want her to think you're a sexual animal. Put on the brakes. Like I don't know how to do it. Like it's weird. Like when I text, I'm always like very eloquent. I use big words. I use proper grammar. It doesn't really work very well when you sext a girl. Like there's like an inverse relation to like how well you're sexting and how few syllables you're using. It's like, damn, girl, tits, yours, penis, mine. Like, again, an example of how I don't know how to do it. Like, I think I should just like shoot for the moon, really. Just fucking throw it out there. Just be like, damn girl. You always say damn girl. All right, you're like, damn girl. Don't you wish your permanent residence was on my cock? That way you could work from home. Because your house would be on my penis. Yeah. None of that really works. I guess I'll tell one more, or two more, three more. I'll tell one more joke for every person in this audience. So 2, 3, or 5, according to Adam's math. This guy's like, ah, you're fucking up the math joke. It's okay, it's 2013. So, speaking of pizza that Adam's eating and I'm a single person, Little Caesar's Pizza is exactly like an ex-girlfriend. Because you don't think about them for like months on end, and then you get drunk with your friends. They're like, hey, you know what you should do? Is you should call up your ex-girlfriend. You're like, no, I should not do that. Then they hand you 3 shots of tequila. They're like, hey, you know what you should do? You interrupt them. You're like, I should call my ex-girlfriend. You wake up the next morning, you got like frozen pizza, cold pizza in your bed. And you're like, fuck, what did I do last night? I was making bad decisions. Turns out she was hot and ready, so you just went for it. Only cost $5. They always come in 2 flavors, meat and cheese. That was an analogy between ex-girlfriends and Little Caesar's Pizza. They're kind of cheap and greasy, but they're often found late at night. Quite accessible. They're highly staffed. They like to use the adjective crazy a lot. They repeat themselves, pizza, pizza. Who is that girl you're talking to? This is what we should do on Studio on 4. Just do a joke, and then you can't stop until you come up with 10 new tags. Can't stop, won't stop. It's 2013. What? 10 toe tags. All right. Seriously, I got one more for you guys. Every time I think of zodiacs. Almost went into the wrong joke. Anytime I think of zodiacs, for some reason, all I can think of is gay people. But I don't mean homosexual. I just mean like gay people. Like I associate that with zodiacs. Like they're like very outgoing. You know, they're flowy. They're like, I'm a Pisces. You know, like that's always what I think of when I think of like, do what the stars tell me. I want to see the opposite. I really do. I want to see like after a football game, like post-game interview in the locker room. To be like, oh hell, man. That Aaron Rodgers is a hell of a quarterback. Plus, he's a Taurus. Makes him extra hard to defend. You have an interview with bike gangs. Why exactly is it you hate the Vagos? Born under the wrong stars, man. Gemini, more like Gemini. Aquarius, Aquarius. Sagittarius, Faggotarius. Pisces, Police. What's your sign, John? Aries, Fairies. Adam, you're a Faggotarius. See, I already got him going. Virgo, Virgin. What's May 5th? Taurus, bullshit. Scorpio, Scorpupio. Cancer. Oh shit, man, I'm sorry. My dad died of cancer. I know how that goes. It's bone cancer, that shit's awful. Thank you guys very much. My name is Dan Weiss.
All All right, let's keep it going. Again, for the All Creatures Animal Hospital, they're the people who are supplying the money and building up everything here. Of course, Studio on 4th and Thirsty Genius Presents. We also have George behind the bar and Doug as a sound man. And once again, we want to do, let it be known about our comics. We have Donnella Del Hollywood and John Gallagher, and of course, Adam Holwerda. And Dan Wise was up there, so we appreciate them coming. So now it's time to give out the money. So John Gallagher, if you'd come on up, and Donnella, come on up. So it's kind of funny because it was actually a unanimous. It was a unanimous. It was everybody picked John as the winner. Give it up for John Gallagher as the winner, ladies and gentlemen. And here's your money, buddy. Congratulations. And Donnella got second place. And here's your prize too, Donnella. Congratulations from Thirsty Genius. We give out second place prizes. And I don't know, pay half of it later. So anyway, it was $103, so you owe me $51.50. So anyway, thank you once again, and we appreciate everybody coming out. Tuesday night, 7:30, right here at Studio on 4th. Come on out and win some money, all right? There we go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night.